In a moment that lasted only 10 minutes yet shook the global entertainment scene, Taehyung, better known as V from BTS, announced a new project never before heard of, immediately after his meeting with CELINE's creative director. Even more surprising, Jungkook's reaction, another BTS member, added a layer of mystery to this news, a shocked expression and an ambiguous response that seemed to hide more than it revealed. What really happened? Why was this project announced so suddenly, and why did Jungkook appear unaware of it beforehand? The K-pop world, long accustomed to surprises and extraordinary marketing strategies, was left stunned by the speed and impact of this announcement. Within minutes after photos of Taehyung's meeting with the CELINE Director spread across social media, an official announcement was released through Taehyung's personal account and HYBE's communication platforms. This project is not just a fashion collaboration or brand ambassador role, but a multidimensional work blending music, visual art, and personal expression. Unsurprisingly, fans immediately flooded digital platforms with analysis, speculation, and of course, admiration. In the post, Taehyung briefly yet meaningfully said, "This project has been on my mind for a long time. I was just waiting for the right time and space to bring it to the world." That sentence sparked big questions. Was this project planned long before the CELINE meeting? And more importantly, was it carried out without the knowledge of his fellow BTS members? Jungkook, known to be close to Taehyung both personally and professionally, became the focus of attention when interviewed by Korean media after the announcement. When asked about Taehyung's project, he paused for several seconds, stared into the distance, and simply replied, "I hope he finds what he's looking for." That answer, which seemed diplomatic, actually raised even more questions. Is there tension? Or is this part of an internal group strategy that hasn't yet been made public? Returning to the meeting with CELINE, which took place at an exclusive location in Paris, eyewitnesses described the atmosphere as very serious yet intimate. Taehyung was seen wearing CELINE's signature attire not yet released to the public, seated across from the creative director known for their avant-garde approach to art and fashion. According to internal sources, their discussion went beyond clothing or campaigns, touching on personal themes and philosophies of self-expression. This is believed to be the foundation of Taehyung's new project. Some time ago, during a brief live stream on the Weverse community platform, Taehyung once said, "I have a story I want to tell, but I don't yet know how." Now, that statement feels like the opening piece of a puzzle gradually unfolding. His new project, as confirmed by an industry source close to CELINE, is a form of introspective journey during his military service, reflecting on identity and a longing for art that goes deeper than just performing on stage. Interestingly, CELINE itself has yet to release full details about its involvement in the project. They only issued a teaser titled, "A Voice You've Never Heard Before," a sentence that immediately stunned fans and critics. The teaser visuals were highly cinematic, Taehyung standing in a field of grass surrounded by mist, dressed in a monochrome suit with an emotionally charged expression. No dialogue, no music, just silence and a contemplative atmosphere. Art observers have begun to speculate that this project could be the start of a new chapter in Taehyung's career, not as a K-pop idol, but as a multidisciplinary artist. Some even call him Korea's visual poet, referencing his ability to convey emotion and narrative through imagery, music, and physical movement poetically. But back to the main question, why did Jungkook appear unaware of the project beforehand? Internal HYB sources declined to comment, and no official statement was made by other BTS members. RM, who usually speaks on the group's behalf regarding sensitive matters, has also remained silent. This lack of confirmation has only fueled further speculation. Could this project signal a new, more individual direction for BTS members? Considering most of them have already begun solo activities, it's not impossible. But what sets Taehyung's project apart is its depth. This is not merely a solo album or brand collaboration. It is a personal work that touches psychological, spiritual, and artistic realms simultaneously. Fan reactions are divided. Some are proud that Taehyung is finally revealing his deepest side through art, but others are concerned about its impact on BTS's internal dynamics. Many express hope that this project remains part of the group's collective journey, not the beginning of separation. HYB eventually released an official statement that was brief but critical. We fully support the individual creative projects of our artists. Taehyung's project is a personal expression that we facilitate as part of his artistic journey. There was no clarification about involvement from other BTS members, nor any indication that this project directly relates to the group's future direction. Amid the euphoria and speculation, one thing is clear: Taehyung is no longer just known as an idol. He is transforming into an artist unafraid to break boundaries between music, fashion, and personal expression. This project proves that Korean entertainment is moving toward a more complex, bolder, and more human direction, and if Jungkook's reaction truly reflects his lack of awareness, then this project is not only a surprise to the world, but also to those closest to Taehyung himself. A bold, risky move, yet at the same time, it opens a new space for more honest artistry to emerge. With the world awaiting its official release, one question now echoes among fans and analysts alike. Is this the start of a major shift in BTS's history, or rather the rebirth of the group in a freer, more individual form? Only time will tell. But in those 10 minutes, the world already shifted because of one announcement from Taehyung. However, before we get swept away by the excitement and drama surrounding Taehyung's project and Jungkook's viral reaction, let's pause and ask, is all of this really real? Or are we witnessing another constructed narrative designed to draw public attention? This question is not merely rhetorical. It matters. Because in today's digital age, the line between fact and fiction can be as thin as a Twitter timeline. We must recognize one thing. News of this project mostly stems from social media uploads like TikTok, YouTube Shorts, snippets of old interviews, and viral fan edits. So, is social media a valid source of information? Can content packaged in emotional visuals and background music be used as a basis for truth? What are we actually believing when we watch or read content like this? Let's reflect. Why is there no official statement naming CELINE's involvement in Taehyung's major art project? Why is there no direct confirmation from HYB or Big Hit Music stating that Jungkook was specifically surprised by the project? Are we jumping to conclusions based on one silent expression in a single interview? It could be an old clip taken out of context. But because the narrative of silent conflict is more tempting, we consume it wholeheartedly. What if all of this is just an incomplete puzzle, and we're the ones hastily putting the pieces together without a map? Truly, we cannot turn a blind eye to the possibility that stories like this can, and often are, exaggerated for one purpose: sensation. Sensation sells. Sensation invites clicks. Sensation makes people stop scrolling. But does sensation also bring truth? Have you ever wondered, why do stories like this always emerge when BTS is in a transition phase? Is it a coincidence? Or are we being manipulated by algorithms and viral narratives? Moreover, we must ask, who benefits the most from the virality of this story? Is it the fans? Not always. The artists? Not necessarily. It could be the media or content accounts exploiting public curiosity for traffic, clicks, and high engagement. Are we being too trusting? Or conversely, have we become too cynical toward all forms of information? It's important to understand that doubt is not rejection. It's the doorway to clearer understanding. Not all news that sounds beautiful, emotional, or visually viral is true. In fact, the more emotional and dramatic the story sounds, the more likely there's a hidden agenda behind it. Before you conclude, Taehyung is taking a different path, or Jungkook is upset, ask yourself again, where did that information come from? Is it based on facts, or just a media narrative wrapped in clickbait aesthetics? Because in the end, truth doesn't always arrive in the most shocking form. Sometimes it comes quietly, waiting for those observant enough to notice. Thank you for watching.